Hi there, thank you for joining me on FernCrafts. I'm Christine and I welcome you to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video on my Catasetums, and one in particular that I would have to repot. So I thought it would be a good idea to share it with you in case you're new to Catasetums, or if you know, for those who have watched in the past, just wanted an update on my Catasetums. So here they are. I've had them all out in outside for the summer, and I have to say, just overall, all my orchids, they're doing better, but they don't look it because they have gone through quite a bit over the last year, or at least the last 8 to 10 months, and it shows in all my orchids. A lot of neglect, or you know, due to unavoidable circumstances really, but it shows in my orchids that they don't look very healthy, they don't look very cared for. And yeah, I'm trying to change that around, but it obviously takes time, and working through it. But just here they are. I'll tell you each one of them and try not to make it too long. This one is the Clowesia BC Fernande, and it says there it's Rebecca Northern Grapefruit Pink crossed with Marsh Hollow Elvira. I can't wait to see the flowers on this because I have not had a bloom as yet, but as you can see, with each new pseudobulb, the bulb gets bigger. So when I did get it, I believe they were just these three. That one's rotted now, but there were three, and over the last 2 years I've had that, and there's a new pseudobulb there. The same with these. Most of them have had the same. This one I have showed you in bloom. It's the Catasetum Greystone Chad's Ford, and a lovely pink, very, very delicate flowers, and these two pseudobulbs are on their way out, and when I do take them in, I will do a major cleanup and repotting and get rid of all of these pseudobulbs that are not doing or looking so good. Even here is the Clowesia Pierre Corée, and yeah, again, a very small sized orchid that I got it at, so it will need some time to establish, which I told myself I have time, so that's fine. And I can't wait to see the flowers in that too, but I think it'll be a few years. Here is my Nena Millennium Magic, and this one is doing well, but I think I am losing a pseudobulb here. It's starting to go a little yellow, which is not good. I'm wondering if it's because of the excessive rain that we've had over the past couple of days. Everything is just like soaking wet. This one is the one we're going to be repotting. I'll come back to it. It's the Clowesia Unisbrag, and I have to say the size of the orchid has really, really taken off, and it's quite large. Yeah. I can't even show you everything. It's just huge. Okay, there. And this is, I'm just putting all these orchids on a extra table that my husband tried to make for me. It's good to use as a potting table, which works for me now. Here is another one, which is the Fred Clark era. This one's an interesting one. I can't wait to see, because it's a cross that Fred Clark has made, and I can't wait to see this as well. Here is a Catasetum lanciferum, and you can't see the picture anymore, but it is again light greystone, a very delicate flower, and I'm not sure how this is doing. You see, it doesn't look very well, but I'm trying to just monitor it for now, and I was told not to repot these tiny orchids until they kind of fill the pot and just make sure that I'm feeding them. So those tiny beads that you see in there, they're the slow release fertilizer that I have for them. And oh, here's another Fred Clarkiera Midnight Lace. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is also like a black orchid, and it's supposed to be very pretty. So it's kind of growing towards the side of the pot and makes it want to topple over. I have it sitting inside of a clay pot, but it was soaking wet, so I took it out just this morning to show you. And yeah, so those are my Catasetums. I did lose one, of which I had saved a bit of the pseudobulb, and it has regrown. So let me show you that as well. Here we go. So I still have it sitting in the cup with the pebbles in it, and it's doing very well. It's a Catasetum Lavena, and it is doing really well. The other part of the pseudobulb I don't think is going to do anything, but I'm going to leave it there until it dies out completely. But as you can see, there are nice roots on there, but not long enough for me to pot it up. So it's got to sit in there, and I just make sure that I have a little bit of moisture in the bottom of the cup, which it will get today. And yeah, so that's all of my Catasetum now. So let me just put this aside, and what I do want to do today is the repotting, and I'm not going to show the whole repotting because really there are so many nice videos out there where they do repot it, and I believe I've done one in the past as well. I can link that down below. But what happened was the pot was outside, and I guess while watering it I hit it by mistake and it fell down and it cracked. But those roots, as you can see, there are lots of root tips on there, and they're just looking for water, and obviously like this they will dry out a lot faster, and they do need a stable pot, so that's why it's being repotted. Or else I would just leave it in there till the season's done and then take it out of the pot. But here's a good time to repot it. So basically what I'm going to do is just break off this pot so as not to disturb any of the roots, and then I have the same size rim of another pot. This is a little taller, but I'm going to use this, and I have let me move over here then. I have some sphagnum moss just from Home Depot, and some water with that I'm going to put the sphagnum moss in, soak it, and then I will repot it. You would just want to repot Catasetums in sphagnum moss because they like the moisture. They are very moisture loving orchids while in full growth, and I would use a slow release fertilizer as well inside of the pot, and then the next time when I'm not repotting it, I would just put it on the outside like I showed you before. Okay, so here I have the sphagnum moss in the water, and I just want to show you something. Sometimes it depends on the sphagnum moss you're getting. There's a lot of stuff in there. Not a lot, but you know, once in a while you come across sticks and things. I like to take it out because those are just going to like break down and it'll turn the sphagnum moss acidic a lot faster. At least that's the way I'm thinking in my mind. Okay, so there's some coconut coir, maybe, I don't know, stuff in there, so you just have to go through and pick it out. And then as far as fertilizer, because I do like to use a slow release fertilizer for this, I am not promoting, I'll just say something, I'm not promoting any of them. Not being, you know, this is just what I use, so I thought I would share it with you. I've not been able to get something specific, so I've always used in the past Miracle Grow Shake and Feed, and this is the Ultra Bloom, and it tells you on there that it's a slow release plant food, and I've used that, and it's fine. My orchids have bloomed, and that's fine. But what I did find that some of the other orchid growers were using was the Osmocote. That is, I don't know if it's very readily available in Canada. but I know they have it in the US, and once in a while we do get it here. So when I do find it, I grab a bottle and keep it with us. So this is the flower and vegetable, and it also says on there that it is you can use it for all kinds of plants, so I would use it here. It's a 14-14-14 of the ratio, and here it's 10-16-10, so you could play around with it. Today I'm going to use the Osmocote and see if it's going to be any better for me, because I've used Osmocote on my vegetable plants, and I like it. So now let me try it on my orchids. So let me get on with the repotting now. Okay folks, so there it is, all repotted, and the sun's out now, so it's a little hard to see, but I did put some of the fertilizer on the outside as well as inside the pot, and I had to just put a little bit of more sphagnum moss on the bottom of the pot, just because this is a higher pot, and put a little bit of fertilizer, and then just repotted and top dressed again with the new sphagnum moss. So there it is, and then last but not least, don't forget to put your label back in. So there you go folks, just a little video on all my Catasetums, and I will do an update if you guys would like to on how these Catasetums are doing. I do have to say I like taking them out in the summer, because I find that their growth is quite vigorous, and it helps the plant develop stronger roots and as strong as suitable, which is the point of the whole thing. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and for those who haven't done so already, do subscribe. You'll be the first to know when I upload a video. And until next time, enjoy your orchids. Bye bye.